Okay, I was just trying to see if I got your right account.
Okay,
Okay.
just gonna adjust. Oh no, let me. Oh, gosh. Right, I'd have to go higher. Hey.
Hey, we made it.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I'm
How are you?
excited. Good, how are you?
Yeah, no, I'm good, thanks. I've had a good day.
Yes, you look
How's your day
amazing.
been? So do you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. My day has been great. It's about to storm, looks like outside here in Houston.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, how's the weather out there in the UK?
Yeah, a bit stormy as well. A bit, it's been kind of raining off and on today.
Mm-hmm.
And the temperature's also dropped.
Okay. Uh-oh, we froze. Nina, you froze. Okay.
I don't know what happened there.
I know it keep freezing. Okay, let's go. See, IG, that's why I don't do lives on IG. For me, it just always something's happening.
Right, right.
Yes.
Usually
So,
pretty consistent for me. I've not really, but I don't go live on any other platform. So,
oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, well, we'll get started. I'm super excited. We've been, trying to have this and time zones just happen, but now we are here. Everyone joining or will be joining when you watch the replay. I'm super excited to share this information and this platform with my special guest, Nina. She is out of the UK. She is doing amazing work in the fibroid space. So share this with a friend, get on so you can listen in. Her One Wellness is my nonprofit that I started to educate on fibroids through womb wellness because in order, to prevent or manage or shrink, you have to know how to take care of your womb. So this platform is definitely for you, even if post surgery after having a myomectomy. This is still for you as well because you don't want the fibroids to return. And we have all the good for you today listening in. And so let's get started. So, who is Nina? Can you share?
so yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm a nutrition lifestyle strategist. I am a mum of three gorgeous children, 10, 6, and 2. And I started this journey of kind of empowerment. It started with myself about 11, 12 years ago. And it was a very traumatic kind of experience initially, being diagnosed, having no idea what fibroids were, being told they're non-cancerous tumors, and just hearing the word tumor was scary in itself because,
Right.
of course, you associate that with the C word. I don't like
Mhm.
to say the word,
Right.
but you associate it with that. So I was really just quite stressed, and my fibroids were really big. So they were causing my miscarriages that I had had, and there was no other option. I had to have an open myomectomy
Hmm.
to have them removed. And I was also told they were kind of prepping me for the hysterectomy. So everything changed because I wanted children, and I found myself after the operation, because it was so touch and go, bleeding so much. They had left some of the fibroids in because I asked them to, so that I didn't bleed too much. And with all of that, I decided that that can't happen again. Like I can't go through that again. So I had to make a lot of changes, and I changed careers. And I used to be actually a salon owner,
Oh,
which was
okay.
really stressful. Um, and I just had to change and learn about how I could help myself. So that's what got me into working with a gentleman called Patrick Holford,
Hmm.
who's huge on nutrition and healing naturally through the power of body balance and nutrition. So yeah, that's where it all really began. And I've been helping women over the years, kind of casually for the best part, but then I was really requested to kind of get structure. I had women that had no time. They really wanted kind of everything in one place. So that's where the workshop evolved. And yeah, there's much more structure now. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's myself. I'm a mum, I'm a fibroid warrior survivor, and I'm very passionate about women's wellness.
And then, so before we get into the next question, I know a lot of women are like, okay, so did you have fibroids when you had your kids, or were they, what was that process, and did you have, more than one surgery?
Okay, so yes, the fibroids were there whilst I was having kids, and they were getting smaller and smaller. And the ones that were removed never grew back. So I was told that there was a high
Oh, crap. We can't hear you. Okay, there we
Sorry, someone's trying to call me. Yeah, hopefully then. So yeah, I had they were shrinking as I was going through motherhood over the years, and it was with my second daughter that they really were questioning me what I was doing. You
go.
know, the consultant. So sorry. Let me just put my.
Okay, no problem.
I don't know why that's coming through. The consultant said to me, "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You know, whatever you're doing, keep doing it," because I was like an anomaly based on what they've seen, what they had told me. Things were very different. And I just thought to myself, wow, all this is really actually working, all this effort
Mhm.
and change. And when I look at the difference of how I was consciously now living as opposed to just surviving
Mhm.
before, with so many aspects of my life, work, relationships, like everything was like survival mode.
Mhm.
And then to shift to being much more conscious and proactive and intentional, it made a huge difference for me.
Wow. So
And I only
as
had
you,
one surgery,
oh,
one
you
that
want
one.
first?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, awesome. And so as you're having children, they're just shrinking and shrinking because you've changed your lifestyle and nutrition and everything. That's
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing. And so I know we're going to talk about the programs that you offer. As a nutritionist, because I know we hear nutritionists, all the time. Like, what is it for you? I know since you have fibroid, you said you got into the nutrition part by Patrick. So how did that actually, change everything about, your eating habits? And were you like, okay, if I eat this, oh my gosh, because a lot of women, they're like, I get scared to eat, because like I
Right.
don't eat the fibers. Oh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So how was that going into nutrition?
Sure. Yeah. So I think because I had to mentally relearn my relationship with food and how I kind of use food. So for a long time, I used to kind of seek comfort from food. So it was very much comfort eating, and I had to just change my relationship with food, seeing food as more of a fuel. Actually this is about fueling your body correctly so that it can function at optimal levels, and once you're doing that you will feel different, you will notice the benefits. And I think seeing the changes and getting kind of comments from people as well, and really just seeing the impact those changes were making, I was making, that was a big catalyst for me. That was a big kind of success cycle, so that I just kept wanting to improve myself, get better. And I just loved feeling more in control. So not feeling like I'm at the mercy to food. I
Mhm.
used to feel very out of control. Like if I was standing in a queue and there was chocolates kind of at the checkout, when you're paying,
Mhm.
I'd have to get those chocolates. You know, I'd be buying them. I couldn't walk past McDonald's if I got the smell.
Mhm.
I was in there, whether I was hungry or not, buying something. You know, it was just really, I was like a slave to
Mhm.
food. So to get back control and feel much more calm, and I just thought, wow, this is like a different world
Mhm.
compared to how I was living.
Wow. So with your clients that you're working with now, so how do they feel about changing their eating habits? Do they feel like, oh my gosh, I can't eat anything, or they feel like, oh, okay, I can do this?
So, because I always work with them from where they're starting, and I
Mhm.
think everybody has a different starting point. So, my clients that are very much in, I suppose they're very comfortable and they obviously want to tackle this condition, we would do like a transitional approach. So it would be more kind of, for example, you know, white rice, halving it and having half white, half brown,
Mhm.
you know, and just kind of just transitioning with certain foods so that they get to just go more with the process, if that makes sense, and
Mhm.
gently just reduce. And by the time they're just having brown rice, it's like, oh, it's quite
Mhm.
tasty. I love the nutty taste, you know. And then the
Mhm.
benefits of the fact that, oh, I feel fuller. I don't need to eat as much. I like the fact that I don't feel so heavy. So all
Mhm.
these, again, it's just the signs that your body starts to give you is is a motivating factor. So I will always, you know, to answer your question, I will always come and work at their pace and just
Mhm.
make it as smooth as possible. But there will always be clients that are just like, I don't know if I can do this, you
Yeah.
know, but it will always boil down to, well, how badly do you want to get a level of control over this? You know, how, because it will always boil down to that, you know, how badly do you want it?
Right, right. That's true. So let's get into your programs. What are the most sought after programs that you offer that women, want to get into, reverse to help, manage what's going on with the fibroids? And I know you have quite a few, and we're also a part affiliate of, your programs as well. So I want to share that with the audience. So if anyone out there is, needing a program to get into, they can refer to us and we can refer to you.
Absolutely, yeah. So my most popular program actually is the workshop. So it's the workshop because we cover all the angles in regards to what you have to think about, you know,
Mhm.
supplements, food, lifestyle, even a plan to follow, and then obviously the community aspect of accountability, check-ins. So the workshop is really popular because of that, you know, it's just you don't need to figure anything else out other than your food shop. You have to do your own food
Mhm.
shop, but everything else, you know, we cover. So that would be the most popular. Um, and I think it's not for everyone. I'll just say
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
because you do need to be ready for change. You need to be coachable. You need to be at that point where this has to work and this is my only option kind of thing, because that's the energy that makes a difference with results. You know,
Mhm.
my clients that have had incredible results, they had that energy, which is I'm doing this with all my effort and I'm ready to be coached. And it's like it's very much 100%. So it's not, oh, I'll try and see if this works. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
this is gonna work. Let's get to work, Nina. So those, you know, that's the most popular. And most recently is my 8 week structure where there's no supplements. You know, you might already have some supplements, some teas and things, but what we do is we focus on your diet and we do tests to make sure that diet is optimized based on where you're at, kind of cellular. So from a cellular level. So
Mhm.
those are really popular now, and we're getting really amazing results with women with that. So that's just focusing on diet and just getting really precise from a genetic cellular level.
Wow. Okay. And then what about I do encounter a lot of women who are older who are going into premenopause or who are menopausal and they still have fibroids. So which program would be for them? And because some of them don't have a period.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's funny you mentioned that because the last year I actually tailored a program that was for women like that. So it wasn't fertility focused, it was just about balancing and addressing the fibroids. So it would be the holistic balancing program that would be for a woman like that, because it's just about balancing the hormones, targeting the fibroids, and just improving quality of life. So it's not fertility focused or anything
Mhm.
like that.
Okay, awesome. That is amazing. I'm super excited. So what are some of the successes that you can share from your clients in your program?
Yeah, there's so many. I'll talk most recently about Jada. So
Hmm.
she completed the 8 week one, the one that is just about the diet and the testing. And she never really even checked in because she was quite busy. And it's funny because when we first connected, she's very healthy, like exercising, very aware of what she's eating, but she still was struggling with bloating, with kind of an embarrassing tummy,
Hmm.
protruding tummy, and felt like her energy levels just weren't where they should be. So even though she was healthy and she was in good routines, she was still struggling. So I think it's important to highlight that you might already be very conscious, you might know much about health, but still not actually be targeting your body in the way it needs to be. So that was
Right.
Jada, and she started the program. Initially, the first couple of weeks, we had issues because she was still bloating. And then
Hmm.
I said, right, okay, let's break down exactly what you're eating. We switched combinations, and that was it. As soon as we done that, everything was much better, and she was really just going from strength to strength, and her tummy went down. She believes it's, the fibroids has shrunk because it's such a significant, like what she can feel she can't feel as much, and it's
Hmm.
all gone down. She's no longer bloated, her
Hmm.
energy levels are way up there. She's really
Hmm.
excited, and the difference
Good.
is very significant. So that was just in 8 to 12 weeks, including the
Hmm.
testing. So that's been the most recent graduate, which is really lovely.
Wow. That's amazing. Amazing, amazing. So you're in the UK, I'm in the States. How does that work with women who are in different, parts of the States, the United States, the country? How does that work working with you?
Yeah, so I've got clients dotted all around. I've
Mhm.
got lots of clients in the States, and because of we record all our Q&A sessions, so they'll just listen in on recordings, and then if they need to, they can schedule like a one-to-one with me. But technically, that's how we get around the time zone
Mm.
issue. And with the testing, because we can send out our samples and receive obviously through post, which is fine, and then I can
Mhm.
post what I need to get them in regards to supplements. It all works, and obviously with the world being much smaller now, you can get something across the world in less than a week, which
Oh.
is great. So
Yeah.
it all works. It all actually works because of the platform that you just
Mhm.
get access to, and you can access at any time of the day.
Mm. Okay, so you hear that, lady? So there's no excuses. So if you actually need help and want help, Nina is here for you. So no matter where you are in the world, she can help you. So you just have to want it. And then my other question is advice for young women. What are three important pieces of advice you would give to young girls and women who are seeking the guidance of their reproductive health?
Yeah, that's a good one. I think the first one would be to get to know your body and be really comfortable with that process and be explorative in a sense of what is not what is abnormal to you, so that you will be able to detect that, okay, this is not normal. So whether that's feeling your breast, feeling and really just connecting more with your body. I think that's important because that's something I never even explored when I think about
Hmm.
my teenage years. It's not a concept I explored. So I think that's important because that gives you confidence when you are having conversations with your doctor or
Mhm.
anyone when they're trying to play it down, you
Right.
can confidently say, no, this is not, this has been getting worse. I know what is normal for me. I know what I'm comfortable with. This is not. So you can be much more, what's the word, assertive and
Mhm.
confident around your body,
Yeah.
what you accept. So that would be number one. And number two would be to definitely look at nutrition and explore nutrition for on a personal level. What does that
Mhm.
mean to you? What do you need? Kind of check what's going on, do checks, and start to supplement based on your lifestyle, your diet, what you're doing, because often these situations are exacerbated and symptoms because there's deficiencies, even just something like vitamin D,
Mhm.
zinc, all these minerals. It's because of the deficiencies that the symptoms are just so much more profound. So definitely exploring nutrition and diet and lifestyle, and when you identify a grey area, then
Mhm.
supplement that area. So I'm not saying rely on supplements, no,
Mhm.
but be realistic on what you're eating, your lifestyle, and support what needs to be supported. So that
Mhm.
would be number two. And number
Mhm.
three would be to have a scan, whether or
Mhm.
not just I think a certain age, maybe like 14, 15, 16, just have a scan to see what's going on. Because I think often scans only start coming in when things are really like,
Mhm.
oh, we need to see what's going on. But why not just do a scan just to check and see,
Mhm.
just to have that peace of mind. So I think that would be my top three.
Okay, awesome. And so, what are the age ranges that you have right now as clients? Do you have young women that are clients? What age range do you have?
Sure, yeah. They range, most kind of common ages between 35, I would say, and 45. Yeah, 35 and 45, because usually that's the age where fertility is now red, and it's like, and they're trying to conceive, and it's
Mhm.
like they're almost desperate. So it's like that,
Mhm.
sadly, that's the age range. But I do have clients that are in their late 20s and early 30s where
Mhm.
they've kind of come across through symptoms or accidental just
Mhm.
protruding tummy. They're very active, but their tummy's just not going down.
Mhm.
So, but the most common would be 35 to 45.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So I'm excited we had this chat and everyone that joined. If you have questions, please inbox me. If you're looking to, join one of the programs, send an inbox and we can get you connected with Nina. Nina, if you have any last words for everyone that's watching, please share.
Yes, absolutely. Don't overlook the power of your mind, your mindset, and just tapping in more to your subconscious and allowing your subconscious to support your day-to-day decisions, your lifestyle changes, your diet changes. Because for me, when I made that connection and started to work more on my mindset and my subconscious, my day-to-day decisions became so much more easier, and I was more connected with my future self, and it just made things like effortless in
Mhm.
regards to what I was doing. So I think don't overlook the vision you have for yourself and your subconscious self, and how you feed your mind. Are you constantly watching the news, or do you create your future through actually connecting with your vision? Allow your vision to guide you, not someone else's vision on social media or wherever, because that constant distraction will impact you physically, and then it will affect your results, and then you just find that it just feels so much harder than it has to
Mhm.
be.
Wow, that's good. That's good information. And so, also you can share your Instagram where people can find you as well.
Okay, sure. So you can get me at the uh, underscore womb underscore care, or Nina underscore Lemtir,
Okay.
and I'd love to answer your questions.
Yes, yes. So we watching whoever's watching the recording. take this information, share with other women, because we are on a mission to help as many women who want to be helped as possible through this program. Amazing program. Even if you go on Nina's Instagram, she gives you so much information just right there through her posts and reels on videos. So the information that she's given will help you as well, but also make that decision to saying, hey, I am ready to get rid of these fibroids and live in harmony and live your best life. So thank you for coming on and sharing all
For
this
having
information.
me.
You're
Thank you so much
welcome.
for having me. I really appreciate your platform and everything that you're doing, which is just incredible. It's amazing. And you are changing lives, all around the world. So thank you.
Thank you. And I know it's nighttime over there, right?
Well, yeah, we're just getting into
Just
nighttime.
getting,
Yeah.
okay, just getting it's nighttime. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the afternoon here.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Well, you have a great evening and
thank you.
we'll
So
talk later.
absolutely. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.